have a very serious medical condition called alpha-gal syndrome.
I bet you haven't heard of this condition, and if you have, please let me know in the comments section, but I'm going to teach you about a rare type of food allergy called alpha-gal syndrome. If you go watch the original video, you learn about what it's like living with alpha-gal syndrome. This is a rare type of meat allergy that occurs after getting bitten by a Lone Star tick, because in their saliva they contain something called alpha-gal, which once it's introduced into your bloodstream, your immune system thinks that it's a foreign substance and mounts an abnormal immune response to it that can be potentially life-threatening, like a food allergy. This molecule is found in four-legged animals, so it becomes a meat allergy, but it's not like a traditional food allergy for two reasons. One is the fact that it's not a consistent allergic reaction. You could have a hamburger one day and have no problems, and you could have a steak dinner the next day and have a severe, potentially life-threatening allergic reaction. The other issue is that usually with food allergies, it's an immediate hypersensitivity reaction that occurs within a minute to an hour after ingestion of that food. But with alpha-gal syndrome, oftentimes it's quite delayed. It could take 4 to 6 hours before you see any type of reaction happening. And so before we understood what alpha-gal syndrome was, we had a lot of patients who would wake up in the middle of the night with a swollen throat and unable to breathe, and were having anaphylaxis in the middle of the night. And we used to call that idiopathic anaphylaxis. But once we started to understand what alpha-gal syndrome is, we were able to teach patients more about that and understand what the triggers are, which is avoiding any product that comes from mammals. And so the best way to treat it is avoidance, but then also avoiding tick bites. So a lot of patients who have this issue, they like hiking and get bitten by ticks and they get resensitized to it. But over time, many of these patients do outgrow it. But this is a serious issue that needs more awareness, and I hope you learned something from this post.